All right, 5 minutes. So, man, I made that video the other day about what did I call it? Old cameras? Or no, I called it three cameras. This video is called Old Cameras. It should be old camera because I'm really only talking about this one camera. But the video I made the other day, three cameras, where I was just sort of playing with this old. Let me get that to focus. Come on. God. This old video where, blah. And I was playing with this old GoPro for that Rita had in her closet, and it's interesting when I see. I've never had a GoPro of my own. I think also maybe about 10 years ago when GoPros were really getting popular, I also thought about buying one to use for filming adventures, and GoPro makes such amazing marketing content, the videos and all the things you could do with the GoPro all look super exciting. And I remember being inspired to want to take a GoPro out on adventures and make like amazing adventure videos. I never did it, thankfully, because I have so many friends who bought these GoPros and then never used them. Or maybe they actually do use them. They film a bunch of, adventures, swimming, hiking, boating, all these things. But then end up in that situation where you've got like tons of video that needs to be edited and you never get around to it, or you do edit one big video and nobody watches it anyways, and you're kind of like, I don't know. I imagine that's still the situation for people. But the thing I was thinking about is that, like, you know, there's this old camera, and it's a shame that I can't think of something creative or interesting to do with this. Um, I'm sure there are people that talk about this on YouTube and online, whatever. I just haven't done that search. You know, I do sometimes like having an idea or having a question in my mind and not immediately just asking ChatGPT or going onto Google and asking, what could I do with an old camera? Sometimes I like to give my brain the opportunity to sort of like compute that itself and see if it comes up with anything. In this case, it's like, what to do with an old GoPro. I made that video. You can see the quality of the video from the GoPro 4, and it's really not that great. Obviously, my iPhone video is way better quality. It's okay. Even my computer, I noticed if you watch that video, you'll see that I used my phone, I used the GoPro, and then I also just shot some from my webcam on my computer. And even the webcam video is better than the GoPro, which makes sense because this thing is 10 years old and my webcam is only 5 years old, and my phone now is 3 years old, I guess, something like that. Things just keep getting older. But yeah, what to do, like how to use an old camera um, for fun. Do I just sort of like, I don't know. I would like to come up with uh, something interesting, like an interesting project or an interesting way to use this kind of technology. Maybe if I just keep it for another 10 years at that point it'll be so retro that it will actually look cool. Kind of like there's that guy on Instagram. I forget his name. I follow him, but he uses these old Super 8 handheld camcorders, and I think even like he's got like an old VHS camcorder, and he uses that to shoot his Instagram videos. It's super cool. And it looks, it has that old gritty handheld camera, whatever VHS tape look. Uh, but it's super cool because you're like, it's not a filter. It's not like a special effect that he had to add later in, you know, Premiere Pro or, add a filter in Instagram and layer all these things to get that look. It's like he's recording it directly from this super old camera and now it looks amazing. And he's got like 1 million followers just because he's using this old technology that people said is outdated and doesn't care about, and now everybody likes it, and now it's like super cool, and he's found a way to like bring it into the digital thing. That's so cool. It's very inspiring for me, and it's not like I want to do that kind of thing, but it does make me think sometimes, like, you know you got this thing and it seems useless and it seems sort of just like junk, but maybe it's not, and maybe I should hold on to it. Anyways, that's my 5 minutes.